To become a doctor is the behest of the heart.
It's more compression. You can see your mistakes.
A doctor cannot afford not to know or not to do something. Therefore, studying at a medical university is always challenging and demanding. The professional path of a doctor is harsh and sometimes thorny, but indeed fascinating. It will require complete dedication, colossal responsibility, work and philanthropy. Every day doctors show what dedication means. I have always dreamt of saving people. Listen to yourself, and if you also feel a deep need to serve people, this profession is for you. Welcome to Kursk State Medical University, the first in the region, the best in Russia, and internationally recognized. "94% of our university graduates are employed, and 96% of them work within their specialty. Sometimes there are such comments that doctors cannot find a job. It's not valid. Everyone can find themselves at the university. All those who dream of saving people choose medical faculty. This is the factory of human resources for public health care. Enthusiastic future surgeons do not rush to use the scalpel. Practice first. No, not on cats, on mice, laboratory ones, of course. Robots will also help to master professional skills. It even gives birth at the simulation center. Mastering this profession will take 6 years, but one may say that it took your whole lifetime. The workload is not for kids, but no other specialty gives you the luxury of seeing so many kids smiling happily. Pediatricians treat each child as their own, and for some they are the scientific inspirations. Other people see medical service not only at the patient's bedside, they choose pharmacy. Students of this faculty know everything about medicinal plants and are passionate about laboratory work, synthesis and analysis. The profession of a pharmacist is one of the most prestigious and demanded on the labor market. Faculty of Biotechnology, ideal field for those who are always in search of an ideal tablet formula, in science terms, a synthetic and organic compound. The graduates of this faculty are in demand not just for pharmaceutical industries, but also in the food industry and even in forensic laboratories. They study drugs, vitamins, vaccines, dietary supplements. At the Faculty of Dentistry, special training begins already at the second semester. They master the skills of dental treatment with phantoms and study the technologies of prosthesis manufacturing. Clinical psychologists are able to determine the mental health of patients not only from their expression, but also with the help of different methods. Classes at this faculty include continuous trainings, supervisions, practical courses, and other interactive forms of education. At first, it may seem that they are just playing during classes, but in fact, they are receiving the in-depth training in 3 areas of specialization. Graduates of this faculty work at medical institutions, law enforcement agencies, in the sports field, and conduct private practice. Yes, just like in a movie. Preserving and strengthening the health of not only a specific person but also the population as a whole is the task of medical and prophylactic specialists. Their motto is to prevent chills, frostbites, sunburns, radiation exposures, infectious diseases. Students know everything about workplace, nutrition, children and adolescents hygiene. 100% of graduates are employed in their specialty, from Rospotrebnadzor to a nuclear power plant. KSMU was among the first medical universities in the country to open the most soulful faculty. Social workers will always support all those who find themselves in difficult life situations, people with health limitations. There are volunteer teams at the faculty. Students of the Faculty of Economics and Management are ambitious and analytical thinking. Graduates work as economists, marketers, managers, accountants, and various industries, including healthcare. They may hold the position of Deputy Chief Physician for Economics. The best time to get a profession is now. According to the latest analytics, the medical community is aging, and therefore the number of budget-funded places at medical universities, 48 in total, will be increased by 100,000 places by 2024. In other words, the number of doctors will increase. KSMU also includes the Medical and Pharmaceutical College. Secondary vocational education here is at highest level. Training in the most popular medical specialties is carried out.
Фармация, лабораторная диагностика, лечебное дело, стоматология ортопедическая, сестринское дело.
Today, more than 8,000 students from Russia and international students that came from more than 50 countries are studying at KSMU. They speak different languages, they have different cultures and different religions. In spite of the differences, they have one thing in common. They realized that success in life depends only on their choice, so they chose KSMU. Kursk State Medical University is included in Russian and international ratings. It demonstrates the level and confirms the quality of education. For the last 5 years, we have become leaders in the Kursk region, occupying the first place. Moreover, our university was included in the international well-known Forbes rating. Twelve international ratings, we are absolute leaders in the Kursk region and occupy from 1st to 5th places. There are 48 medical universities in the country, and I am very pleased with the fact that we are tightly included in the top 7 leading universities. KSMU has always been attractive to the capable and active young people. Students have an opportunity to show their qualities from the first days of their study, for example, in creativity. More than 25th cultural events are held annually on the basis of the Center for Creative Development. These are the Freshman Competition, Look Who Is Here, Festival of National Cultures, Festival of Patriotic Songs. A student of KSMU sounds proudly, festival dedicated to the International Student Day. More than 1,500 students are engaged in the Center of Creative Development of KSMU. Just imagine, rehearsals are held here every day, the halls are never empty.
То есть вам здесь не нужно положение, да, второй позиции держать, еще что-то. Вот мы прям берем и хорошенько ее растягиваем. И раз, два, три, четыре. Раз, два, три, четыре.
I think that it is great that we have such opportunities at the university, not only to prove ourselves in terms of science or knowledge, but also to develop other aspects of personality. There is a saying that a doctor should be a many-sided person, and here at our university we have all the possibilities for this. It seems to me that studying should not consume all of your time. We should also take an active part in the life of the university. With the support of the rector Viktor Lazarenko, creative teams participate in regional, all-Russian and also international competitions, and they don't just participate, they win. I have been folk dancing for 20 years. This is an emotional relief for me. There are only me, the audience and the stage. I took drumsticks for the first time in my life and I really like it. This is something unusual. There is no such thing anywhere. Not a single university of our city has a drummer girls group. To be honest, none of the girls from our team have musical education. Having entered the university, you will come across with an interesting and eventful student life. We are engaged in dancing. There are also different circles like knitting and embroidery. Of course, there are not enough guys in our team. We invite guys who are going to enter our university to the Yablonka ensemble. Currently, we have only 2 boys. We certainly feel good in such a team among the girls, but for the stage, we would like to invite more men.
Ребят, кто из вас самый разговорчивый? Кто может пару
Андрей.
слов?
Андрей!
Андрей, скажите нам потом пару слов там про танцы, как давно вы занимаетесь, как вас совмещаете.
Знаете, какое интервью потрясающее?
Но девочки...
Там она про барабаны рассказывала. Я только знаю, что мы Яблонька.
Такая ты врушка!
Мы коллектив Яблонька, самый лучший коллектив.
It is so great that there is such a wonderful team of folk dancers Yablonka here. This was one of the reasons why I chose KSMU. The university is interested in each of its graduates having a high intellect and a bright personality. Only under such conditions it is possible to become a leader and achieve success in the career and life. KSMU is a university of a healthy lifestyle. Sport is an integral part of it. It brings positive and bright colors to life, filling the body with health, strength and endurance, which is so important for productive study and work. Many kind words must be said to our students because they represent our university. Today we are leaders in basketball, volleyball, wrestling and shooting. More than half of all the students, which is about 9,000 people, go in for sports.
9000 студентов сегодня, всех и ординаторов, и студентов, и иностранцев, то фактически более половины активно занимается спортом.
They say that sport is the second profession for a doctor. The following kinds of sports are available at the university: mini football, volleyball, basketball and dozens of other areas where students can relieve stress, strengthen immunity and simply lift their spirits, or a kettlebell. The university has a sports and recreation complex, which includes open areas, gyms, where you can practice almost any kind of sports, from chess to powerlifting. Everyone decides how to spend their free time. By the way, students living in a hostel can keep fit without leaving the building. The university financially supports students who are active in sports, science, creative work, and social life. Tutors who help freshmen to join the large family of KSMU from the first day of study will surely tell the former school children about it. In order to help new students to adapt to life at the university, an adaptation camp was created at KSMU. With experienced tutors and psychologists, each tutor and psychologist is assigned to a specific group, and students are able to ask any questions they may have about their studies, hostels, and city attractions. There are many non-resident students at our university who came to our city for the first time. All non-resident and foreign students are provided with places at hostels. Hi, my name is Tabata. I'm from Brazil. I'm studying at KSMU and I want to become a plastic surgeon.
Я хочу быть пластический хирургом.
I live in a hostel and I like everything here.
Мне нравится всё.
This is our kitchen. Here we cook. I cook every day in the kitchen. I cooked cutlets, soup or pilev. Vermicelli. The dormitories of the university are combined into a campus. This is really a city of its own, which has everything for a comfortable life: a room for self-preparation, sports, music, dance halls, shops, drying rooms and spacious laundry rooms.
Комнаты для сушки белья и просторные постирочные.
The hostels are regularly renovated. Halls and living rooms are being renewed. Today there are bright, cozy rooms where it is pleasant to relax after classes. Internet is available in each room. Particular attention is paid to safety and anti-terrorist security. Guards are on duty around the clock and access control is in place. In addition, each entrance is equipped with a turnstile and video surveillance is conducted. The high reputation of the university has always attracted international students. The education received at the International Medical Institute of KSMU meets high requirements. The accreditation procedure confirms this according to the standards of the World Federation of Medical Education for 5 educational programs. 4,000 healthcare professionals graduated from KSMU and dispersed all over the world. The first foreign students began their studies in 1990. There were students from India. Today we have the International Medical Institute, where are students from 50 countries of the world studying with us. Brazil, Jamaica, South Africa, Canada, Malaysia, Taiwan, and etc. The rector, Professor Lazarenko, created a favorable atmosphere for the study, accommodation and adaptation of foreign students. People in Kursk are very good, they help me and I have many Russian friends. The relationship between the students is very good.
Отношения между студентами очень хорошие. Это дружеская атмосфера.
It's difficult to learn Russian, you need to make an effort.
Ну, это нужно приложить усилиться.
In order to make it easier for foreign students to study, teaching at KSMU is conducted in English. Moreover, since 2020, the university has been cooperating with educational organizations in the UK, which means that the knowledge of Kursk teachers is certified. My name is Rashidi Mirvais and I came from Afghanistan. In 2017, I learned that you could get an interview on the program in Afghanistan at the embassy. Out of 6,000 participants, only 300 students could enter Russian universities and study for free tuition, and only 6 students were able to join the medical faculty. And fortunately, I am one of these students. I want to become a surgeon and help all people, and I also want to become rich to carry out charity work. Today, about 2,500 international students study at KSMU. They are engaged in science, participate in sports, and get acquainted with the history and culture of the country at their leisure. Hi, my name is Juliana Gugue. I am from Ivory Coast. I am studying at KSMU and I want to become a surgeon. There is such a specialty as cardiovascular surgery. I do dance, perform on behalf of the university, and also dance in cheerleader group of the basketball club Dynamo. I have always dreamt of saving people, and it is generally very cool and interesting in Russia. I found my love here. He is also from Ivory Coast. It is such a miracle.
Давайте еще раз.
KSMU is an innovative university that is dynamically developing from year to year. Absolute professionals in their field emerge from its walls. They make a significant contribution to the development of practical healthcare and medical science. I really enjoyed my student years. I still tell my students that the medical education we receive sets us apart from all the universities. Firstly, it is self-discipline, and secondly, it's discipline, the formation of a sense of responsibility and duty. Probably medical students cannot be compared in these qualities with students of any other universities. I was very fond of studying because at that time it was also possible to engage in science. My educational activity wasn't limited only by the framework of the university. There were many scientific circles and there was an opportunity to practice starting from the first year. Now students are developing even more and the medical university is growing too. I'm sincerely happy for modern students. I'm grateful to our alma mater for the education I received. The educational process is inextricably linked with science. Future physicians have all the chances to conduct research. An experimental biological clinic and 4 research institutes operate at KSMU. Today, at the Research Institute of Experimental Medicine, scientists are engaged in the development of hemostatic agents. On the one hand, a denser layer will be used, which will adhere to the wound surface and stop the blood. On the other hand, a looser layer will quickly dissolve and envelope the first, creating a dome that will prevent the formation of adhesions in the future. Scientists have extensive experience in the development of advanced drugs and materials. It is an anti-adhesion gel, which is currently the only anti-adhesion agent approved for clinical use. This is a variety of suture materials, various reticular endoprostheses. Research Institute of Genetic and Molecular Epidemiology is engaged in the study of rare and widespread diseases, and the work with the gene is an invaluable contribution to medical science. A gene is a unit of human heredity, namely genetic information recorded in the DNA molecule. The DNA strand is present in every cell with a length of 3.2 billion letters. It is a combination of 4 letters, the so-called nucleotides, and it contains an individual development program and features of a person's genetic constitution, potential, physical and mental capabilities, the ability to respond to external factors and much more. Research Institute of Physiology studies the vital activity of the organism and its individual parts. The focus of researchers is on the heart and blood vessels. In the institute laboratories, it is possible to record a resting electrocardiogram, stress test and perform daily monitoring. It seems that everything in this area had already been investigated far and wide. However, it turns out that very subtle nuances, especially differences in the electrical activity of the myocardium of a healthy body, very often indicate the risks of possible diseases, risks when practicing various sports, and we are currently conducting such research. Research Institute of General Pathology conduct preclinical studies of neurotropic drugs, study the behavior of animals. All people encounter the environment in their life and are forced to adapt to it. In fact, this is the meaning of stress. Stress is not always a bad thing. The main activity of our research institute is to find out in which case stress serves us as a positive factor, contributing to our adaptation to life, and when it becomes a pathological irritant, causing various diseases. All research institutes of the university are provided with modern equipment and laboratory animals. This is the task of the experimental biological clinic. KSMU adheres to the foundation of classical medical education. Experimental subjects were used at the university since the day of its foundation. Anything that will be used sooner or later in humans must be tested on animals. Preclinical trials, new treatment method. If a positive result is obtained on the laboratory animals, then all these goes to the next stage of testing, to the clinical base. The material and technical base of KSMU is constantly improving. New laboratories and simulation centers are opened. We are moving along. We have conceived to create virtual clinics for emergency conditions. We already have premises and now are discussing the equipment. An obstetric gynecological unit, an emergency room, prenatal birth departments, postnatal wards. There will be the actual equipment, artists or phantoms that will simulate the state of emergency or routine conditions, and groups of students will have to make decisions in these situations. We're also ready to create similar cases in surgery, urgent vascular pathology, heart attacks, strokes.
Абсолютно правильное решение. Подобная ситуация мы готовим делать также неотложно и в хирургии, и в неотложной сосудистой патологии, я имею в виду инфаркты и инсульты.
The newest technologies in education at KSMU are combined with classical ones. A phantom heart, even the most technically perfect one, cannot replace a real human heart. That is why an anatomical theater was created at the university. Today we can say that we have entered the range of medical universities in Russia which have worthy anatomical collections. We are very grateful to our rector and the university administration for the fact that this very ambitious and beautiful idea was implemented. The anatomical theater of KSMU has collected more than 500 different anatomical preparations, mummies, skeletons, embryos showing various developmental deviations. This is a museum of unique exhibit items and one of the main sites for practical scientific activity. We have created a lecture hall and study rooms here. Anatomists, morphologists, and histologists study here. Forensic medicine, pathological anatomy and physiology, the whole block of morpho-anatomical disciplines without which human knowledge is impossible, are conducted here. The lecture hall has 150 seats. In the center there is an anatomical table on which organs or a whole body can be placed. A video camera is fixed on the ceiling. It broadcasts everything on a large screen. The image can be enlarged many-fold while its quality remains high. Modern technology makes it possible to see the smallest details, even for those sitting in the last row. KSMU has strong traditions of classical education. Today, more than 120 doctors of sciences and about 400 candidates of sciences teach at the university. On Stalin's instructions, the best professors from the capital universities Moscow, St. Petersburg, Voronezh, Ural arrived in Kursk to open departments, and today we remember with gratitude these people who laid the first bricks in medical education. The first bricks made it possible to form a solid foundation of experience and knowledge, on which the university has been firmly held for more than 80 years. That is why students of KSMU acquire not only ambitions, but also tools for their implementation. The university helps each graduate to achieve their professional and life goals, reveal a bright personality and show their abilities. Once becoming a support in life, the alma mater remains in the heart forever.